English can seem like a difficult and boring subject for some. However, once you get into English, it can be a world full of ideas and possibility. English is essentially about the expression of who we are as humans. In English, you study a text, which is an expression of an emotion, a thought, or an idea. A text is usually written down, like a poem or a book, but also can be visual, like a film or a drama. English is essentially a way of understanding the ideas, emotion, and the perspective of others who have had experiences that we may have not. For example, a famous poet, Wilfred Owen, wrote poetry about the First World War and in general about the travesty of war. Fortunately, most of us don't know what it's like to experience war, so Owen's expression of his disgust of war gives us a powerful insight into what war is really like. Studying and analysing texts teaches us ultimately about the experiences of humanity, challenging us and engaging us to be better people. In texts, we often use techniques to best portray these ideas and emotions in an exciting, accurate, and engaging way, so the person reading it can stand in the author's shoes and can really understand where they are coming from. We'll talk about techniques in another video. A good way to analyze a text is to think of the following model: purpose, technique, effect, and purpose again. In this case, purpose is the overall idea of the text. What is the author trying to get at? The more you connect to and understand the purpose of the text and personally engage with the text, the better your analysis will be. The technique is the specific tool the author uses. For example, you may have heard of a simile being talked about in class before. That's a technique commonly used. If you don't, all good, we'll learn about similes later on. The effect is the immediate idea or emotion the reader gets from reading the line with the technique in it. An effect could be in terms of tone, mood, idea, image, or emotion. Then we link this back to the purpose, really digging into the author's purpose and adding some personal engagement of our own. Let's look at a very unconventional example of an English text: contemporary rap. For this exercise, I picked one of my favourite rap songs of all time, All Falls Down by Kanye West. Let's go through the model and see how Kanye's wisdom fits in. In particular, let's look at this one particular line.
Yeah, hair so long that it looked like weave. Then she cut it all off, now she look like Eve.
The purpose of the song is to challenge the notion of just going through the paces of life, doing what other people say we should, trying to please everyone, and wasting all of our time and energy trying to please the world. The technique used here is a simile. Here Kanye West uses two visually contrasting similes, one of the subject of the song having really long hair, like weave, and then cutting it all off so it is super short, like the entertainer Eve. The effect of this is for us to realize how the subject of the song is wasting all her time and energy trying to please others with her hair, and how basically fashion ends up changing every 5 seconds anyway. Linking this back to the purpose of the song, we often focus our time on things that in the big scheme of life are a waste of time, like what hairstyle we should wear, whereas we should just focus on being ourselves and being creative.